Hello, and welcome to our presentation on our proposal to introduce cybersecurity into Kennesaw State University's defensive programs. We hope this presentation will explain the importance of the security measures we are suggesting for the college. Please let us begin. In our world today, most of the learning and teaching is done online, especially given the recent pandemic stranding essentially everyone, teacher and student alike, at home, causing a massive shift in where our learning is to be and our ability to teach. Though this has not been all bad, teachers have gained cutting-edge technology and a plethora of resources in order to adapt and make their lessons plans something students will remember, such as using Kahoot to challenge and time their students, to plagiarism checking technology and ensuring students don't just copy offline. Students also are now given the whole internet in order to find teachers, resources, and help in order to pass and understand the classes that they may be struggling in. But with all these events streamlined in a single year has also come a huge issue that needs to be addressed. The sudden surge of hackers and data thefts is something that does need to be looked at. And today we will be discussing a solution or several that we believe may help to protect the colleges. While there is freedom in using the web and technology to guide and teach our students in this new learning era and environment, there are also several drawbacks. The safety and security of the students and staff is of course a priority. Unfortunately, due to lack of cybersecurity, hackers and data theft often are targeting the staff and students for financial or personal information used for their own gain and can devastate both any person in their way. The second is the potential for students to abuse the online system using sites such as Chegg, StudyBlue, Course Hero, and more. These sites are unchecked oftentimes, and professors and teachers can have a hard time finding if their questions have been posted online. And finally, there is the protection of the staff and students against potential scam artists and hackers. As we have seen throughout this year, there have been several scam artists attempting to gain the trust or impersonating the school in order to gain more financial or personal information about their students. KSU stands to gain a safe and secure environment with the implementation of a new cybersecurity measures that are no doubtly going to protect its students and staff. Let us begin to look at the evidence of how much cybersecurity attacks do cost both school, student, and staff. Now, as we can see in these charts, data breaches and cyber attacks are extremely dangerous and costly to school, staff, and students alike. Everyone has to pay the price when it happens. In the graph to the right, figure 1, we see that the cost of a data breach of a school is only second to healthcare. While healthcare loses about $355 million from breaches every year, education and colleges lose about $256 million every year. This is not a small number, and it oftentimes has to be taken out through the students' tuition being raised and the staff paychecks. You can imagine that neither staff nor student is often happy when this happens. On the right, there is figure 2, which explains what kind of cyber attacks happen and which are the most common. The main two are data breaches, or, more importantly, the theft of data, and ransomware, which is often when hackers are holding servers, hardware, or data hostage under the threat of damage, erasal, or exposure, until the user of said data does what the hacker wants, which could be sending them money, sending them passwords or information, etc. Students should not have to pay the price of someone else's poor mistakes, be it the hackers that decide to make these life choices, or the school's choice not to put in the proper security measures or protection for staff and students. For these issues, we propose two separate solutions. The first and foremost is employee training. This is teaching the staff how to protect and watch out for scammers and hackers alike. This can be done a number of ways, but the most common is to hire a company such as BRM Protect, which will teach a wide variety of people what to look out for and how to prevent hackers and scammers from getting into the systems. Keep in mind though, this will cost money, on average about $2,000 a year, and it will be a 6 to 8 week program. Also keep in mind that the staff is not professionally trained and that they will only be able to do about service level hacking, though this is a much better price to pay than $246 million a year in bailouts from breaches. On the other hand, you can hire a professional company. This is something we would suggest, as they can do it professionally for you. These teams are dedicated to your school and college around the clock to ensure its protection. While this costs $500 to $2,000 a month, depending on the company and quality you choose, they will be able to professionally do this as they have spent years training for this alone. And they will be able to watch out for advanced hacking, scamming, and be able to take care of the online hygiene of the servers. For this reason, we do suggest going with hiring a company to do the cybersecurity over the employee training program. Please allow us to explain why we are suggesting one option over the other. The first and foremost is the data provided shows that while the employee training programs do stop service level hacking, they are unable to stop the more advanced and calculate hacking and scamming, as they do not possess the skills or time required to do so, as this may take hours to even days to fix. Another reason to go with a company is the staff you train still will have other things to do, such as classes, responsibilities, and duties to the school, which may lead to them being overworked and potentially very underpaid for the labor they are providing, which in response could cause staff to stop going through with the training program or refuse to take it at all as part of their duty. The final reason is simply human error is far more likely with the employee training program than with a professional company. Since the staff are only trained 6 to 8 weeks, this leaves a lot of their skills underdeveloped or unprepared for more advanced or calculated programming and cyber attacks. This results in many more breaches happening than with a company, and now the college is paying for both the company need to train the staff as well as the price of the breaches. In conclusion, we would highly recommend hiring a cybersecurity company to do all the protection online. Companies such as Foresight or Sapphire offer 24-hour assistance and monitoring for data breaches at fixed monthly costs, and they will provide consistent results, something you can't expect to see with an employee-trained program. And it would only cost $500 a month for a small business and around $2,000 a month for college. So for Kennesaw State University, it would be about $24,000 a year, a much better price to pay for the safety and protection of students and staff alike than $246 million a year taken out of paychecks and raked up tuition. Along with the constant monitoring, these companies will also answer any questions regarding data usage, practices, and how to avoid potential threats. They will also send back data reports of how many breaches were attempted, where were they attempted, and what could we do better to ensure the protection of students and staff. We hope you will consider our proposal and know both options are still on the table. Thank you so much for your time, and we hope you have a wonderful day.